Well, all right, everybody. I know we've been gone for quite a while here, but we are currently back with the TEW9 War of Immortals save, the WWF Classics, and tonight we are here with Saturday night's main event in May. So, we don't have anything pre-booked or anything like that, nothing to see previously. Let's quickly check out the show histories from the two shows leading up. Um, so, on our last prime time, the main event was Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan teaming together, defeating the New Horsemen of Barry Windham and Sid Vicious. That got a 99 rating. We had Arn and Tully have a rematch with Demolition for the tag team tournament match where they both got counted out in a brawl. Then we had the Midnight Express defeat the Killer Bees. Jerry Lawler beat Harley Race. The Strike Force defeated the Islanders to advance to the finals of the World Tag Team title match, which is going to happen tonight. The Texas Tornado defeated Don Morocco. Then we had Greg Valentine beat Tommy Rich. So that's all the matches from primetime. Superstars, we had the Macho King Randy Savage defeat the Ultimate Warrior by countout. Jake Roberts defeating Rick Rude. The Fabulous Rougeaus defended the tag team titles against the Natural Disasters. So that storyline is now completed. That's all done. The Road Warriors defeated Power and Glory. Ken Shamrock tapped out. Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the Nasty Boys defeated the Honky Tonk Man and the Powers of Pain. And the opener was Superfly Jimmy Snuka taking on the Natural Butch Reed. So let's get into. Oh, whoop, I didn't want to do that yet. So I will be right back. I am going to start booking the show. All right, everybody. So we are back. We have the whole show booked. So let's get everything started off with our first pre-show match. In a decent pre-show match, Demolition defeated the Islanders in 1309 when Demolition Smash pinned Haku with a Demolition decapitation. The crowd is expectant and simmering. The wrestling rating is a 68. The crowd rating is a 56. And the segment got a 75. So Smash had a 62. Demolition Axe had an 82. Tama had a 42. And Haku had an 84. It advanced our Islanders and Demolition storyline. Axe and Smash got an excellent chemistry. Haku and Tama got excellent chemistry. Haku and Tama got a specialist bonus. The commentary quality lifted the match, and Bobby Heenan did some good work at ringside. So let's head off in to our first segment of the night. Welcome, everybody, to Saturday night's main event. We are live, and what a night we have in store for you. I'm Vince McMahon, alongside my broadcast partner, the always outspoken Jesse the Body Ventura. That's right, McMahon. And tonight, we're talking about one of the biggest nights in WWFC history. Championship gold is on the line. Personal grudges are about to explode, and we're going to find out who's got what it takes to survive on the grand stage of Saturday night's main event. Well, let's not waste any time, because in our main event, the Macho King Randy Savage is defending the WWFC World Heavyweight Championship against the man who has hunted him for months, Jake the Snake Roberts. Can Savage survive another war with Roberts, or will we need to see a new champion crowned tonight? I'll tell you what, McMahon, Randy Savage better keep his head on a swivel, because Jake Roberts has been waiting for this moment. If the snake strikes, Savage's reign could be over before he even knows what hit him. And speaking of championships, the WWFC Intercontinental title is up for grabs as Mr. Perfect defends against Lex Luger. Can Luger back up his talk and dethrone the champion? Or will Mr. Perfect prove once again that nobody is on his level? McMahon, I've been saying this for weeks. Luger is the total package. He's got the strength, the athleticism, and the mindset to take the title. But Mr. Perfect is, well, perfect. This one's going to be a classic. And how about this one, a grudge match in the making? Rowdy Piper goes one-on-one with Sid Vicious for the right to be crowned the first ever WWFC champion. You want to talk about intensity? Piper is a madman, and Sid is one of the most dangerous men to ever set foot in the ring, McMahon. And I won't be surprised if we need extra security for this one. And that's not just the beginning. Barry Windham battles the Texas Tornado for the WWFC United States Championship on the line as two of the best in the business collide. Plus, the Midnight Express takes on Strike Force to determine the first ever World Tag Team Champions. Now, this is a match that I cannot wait for. The Midnight Express is one of the most decorated tag teams of all time, but Strike Force has all the momentum. Who's going to walk away as the first champions? We find out tonight. And what about this? A brutal showdown as the legendary Harley Race looks for revenge against the monstrous Bam Bam Bigelow. Race is a tough guy, but let's be honest, McMahon. Bam Bam is an unstoppable force. He's got a mountain to climb tonight. Also, the Road Warriors will face off against Money Inc. and Tag Team War Plus. Sergeant Slaughter takes on Mr. Wonderful. Paul Orndorff in a battle of two of the toughest men in this business. And you can't forget this one, McMahon. Rick Rude takes on the Ultimate Warrior in a match that's for sure to be a slugfest. Rude claims Warrior win over him a few weeks ago was just a fluke. Let's see if he can back that talk up tonight. And on top of that, the immortal Hulk Hogan is in the building tonight, and he has a huge message for the WWFC universe. What does Hogan have to say? What's on his mind? We'll find out later tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because WWFC Saturday Night's Main Event starts right now. So the crowd at the end is hot and rising. The segment got an 86. It advanced all of our storylines. The performance of Vince McMahon was good. Jesse improvised well. McMahon improvised his interactions with the crowd. The angle got the crowd hotter, and it got the show off to a strong start. So let's head in to our first match of the night. In a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeated Honky Tonk Man in 10:03 by countout. Now, I am pretty sure I put the title was supposed to be on the line. I guess I forgot. The commentary quality lifted it. Jimmy Hart did good work at ringside. And the match got the crowd hotter. So Hacksaw had a 79. And the Honky Tonk Man had a 68. The crowd is now white hot. The wrestling rating was a 73. The crowd rating is a 79 or a 69, and we got a 78 for this segment, which is a lot better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. So let's head off to our next segment. Lex Luger, tonight is the night where I finally put an end to all your whining, all your complaining, and all your delusional thoughts about being on my level. You've had chance after chance, but let's face it, each and every time you come up short. You walk around with your big muscles talking about how you're going to make me tap out. Luger, let's be real. I don't tap out. I don't quit. I don't break under pressure, but you're all hype and all flash and no substance. You don't belong in the same ring as Mr. Perfect. Tonight, I do what I should have did a long time ago. I finish you off once and for all, and I send you packing. No more Lex Luger, no more empty threats, no more ridiculous dreams of becoming the Intercontinental Champion. Because let's face it, I was born perfect, I fight perfect, and I will remain the WWFC Intercontinental Champion because I am exactly what I say I am. Absolutely perfect. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 97. It advanced the Mr. Perfect Lex Luger storyline. The angle idea that I used was a success, and Mr. Perfect benefited from having a hot catchphrase. So let's head to our next match. In a decent wild brawl, Sergeant Slaughter defeated Paul Orndorff in 12:25 by submission with his Cobra Clutch. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating is a 71. The crowd rating is a 68. And the segment got an 82. Sarge had a 69. Mr. Perfect had a 73. Uh, it advanced the Sergeant Slaughter Paul Orndorff storyline. Jesse and Vince have pretty good chemistry, and the commentary quality lifted the match, so that's really good too. So let's head to the next segment. Tonight, in front of the entire world, we expose the biggest frauds in tag team wrestling, the Legion of Doom. You see, Hawk and Animal, you may be strong, you may be tough, but let's get one thing straight. Strength doesn't pay the bills, power doesn't sign the checks, and intimidation, that means nothing when you're standing across the ring from Money Inc. The greatest financial minds and the smartest team in professional wrestling today. That's right, DiBiase, LOD. You two might be road warriors, but you're about to hit a financial dead end. You think you can just run through us like a couple of unpaid tax returns? Think again. We are the best investment in tag team wrestling today, and tonight we're making sure you don't get a single payday in this division. Face the facts, boys. Tonight, you don't win. The only thing guaranteed in life is death, taxes, and Money Inc. always coming out on top. So the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got an 80. It advanced the Road Warriors Money Inc. storyline. Ted DiBiase clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script, and the commentary quality lifted the match as well, or the segment. So let's head to the next match. In a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, the Road Warriors defeated Money Inc. in 10-16 when Hawk pinned IRS with the Doomsday device. So the crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 76, the crowd rating got a 65, and the segment got an 84. Road Warrior Hawk had a 80. Road Warrior Animal had an 82, IRS had a 68, and DiBiase had a 73. It advanced the storyline, but it's actually going to be ending. The creative finish I picked did good. DiBiase was off his game a little bit, which sucks, but it is what it is. Hawk and Animal showed excellent chemistry. They got a tag team specialist. IRS and Ted DiBiase showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Jesse Ventura and Vince McMahon had pretty good chemistry when calling matches. Paul Ellering did good work at ringside. Animal and Ellering have great chemistry, and Ted DiBiase benefited from having a hot new move. So let's head off to our next segment. I can't believe that. Tonight, the takeover begins. You people are looking at the most dominant force in all of professional wrestling, the New Horsemen. Now, Arn and Tully aren't here. And after tonight, we're walking out of Saturday night's main event holding all the power, all the gold, and there won't be a single thing that anybody, especially Roddy Piper or the Texas Tornado, can do about it. Tornado, you've been riding high thinking you're some kind of Texas legend, but tonight you're stepping into the ring with a man who's better, stronger, and smarter than you in every way. You ain't some unstoppable storm. I'm the perfect storm. And when the bell rings, you're going to get blown away. And when it's all said and done, I'll be standing over you holding the WWFC United States Championship because that title was made for me. The Horsemen dominate, and tonight will be no different. Roddy Piper, you spent weeks running your mouth acting like you're some kind of tough guy, but let me tell you something. You ain't never stepped into the ring with a monster like me. You think you're going to walk out of here the WWFC champion? I'm Sid Vicious. I break men like you for fun. And tonight, I'm going to snap you in half. And when I'm done, the only thing left of Roddy Piper will be a broken, beaten man who will never, ever get back up again. Piper, Tornado, listen real close. This is not your night. This is Horseman business. Barry Windham is walking out with the WWFC United States Championship, and Sid Vicious is walking out with the WWFC Championship. We will own primetime wrestling. And if anybody's got a problem with that, too bad, because there's nothing you can do to stop it. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 100. Um, it advanced the Piper Vicious storyline, the Barry Windham and the Texas Tornado storyline, and Bobby Heenan clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script. So let's head to the next segment. In a wild brawl that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Harley Race defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in 11:50 by pinfall with a pile driver. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating got an 83. The crowd got a 69, and the segment got an 87. Harley Race had a 94. Bam Bam had a 72. It advanced the Harley Race and Bam Bam storyline. Harley Race and Bam Bam have great chemistry, and it showed in the performances, so that's fantastic. And Jesse and Vince have pretty good chemistry when calling matches. So let's head to our next segment. Rick Rude, tonight the time has come for you to face your fate. You walk through the shadows of the WWFC clinging to your arrogance, believing that you can stop the power that flows through the Warriors, but you cannot stop what you do not understand. You talk of victories, you talk of flukes, but tonight, Rick Rude, your words mean nothing. For when the Warriors call, I answer, and tonight I bring the full force of the Warriors upon you. The energy flows through my veins, and it will crush everything that stands in its path. You have mocked me, you have doubted me, but tonight you will feel the power that cannot be stopped. No amount of strength, no words of defiance can save you, Rick Rude. When I enter that ring, I do not come alone. I carry the spirit of every warrior who believes in me, and they will not be denied. So prepare yourself, Rick Rude, for when the battle begins and the final bell tolls, there will be only one thing left to do: to fall before the power of the Ultimate Warrior. So the crowd is very hot still. The segment got a 97. It advanced the Rick Rude Ultimate Warrior storyline, and the Ultimate Warrior clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script. So let's head to the next match. In a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, the Ultimate Warrior defeated Rick Rude in 15-10 by pinfall with the Gorilla Press Slam. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating had an 86. The crowd rating is an 81, and the segment got a 91. Rick Rude had a 78. The Ultimate Warrior had a 95, and it advanced the storyline, and it gained some heat as well. So that's really good. So let's go to our next segment. Oh yeah, the time has come. The moment is here, and the final chapter is about to be written. Dig it! Jake the Snake Roberts, you slithered around. You've stalked and you've waited for this moment, but let me tell you something. Tonight is your last chance to take my WWFC Heavyweight Championship, and brother, it ain't happening. Oh no, not tonight, not ever. For months you've played your little games, you tried to get inside my head, and you tried to take everything away from the Macho King. But you see, Jake, I don't fear the snake, I crush the snake. You think you've got me figured out, huh? You think you got the upper hand. Let me tell you something. When the gold is on the line, the Macho King is at his best. Ooh, yeah. And you had your shot at WrestleMania, but you came up short. And tonight, when the spotlight is on the brightest stage of all, you're going to find out no one takes this title from me. You hear that, Jake? Not you, not tonight, not ever. You want to take what's mine? Then you better be ready to give it all. Because tonight, I'm stepping into the ring with one mission: to end this once and for all. I don't care how dangerous you are. I don't care what tricks you got up your sleeve. Because tonight, when the bell rings, the only thing that's getting put to sleep is you, Jake the Snake. That is This is it. One last shot. You either walk out of here with this championship or you slither away for good, knowing that you just weren't good enough. Ooh, yeah. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 94. It advanced the Randy Savage, Jake Roberts storyline. So let's head to the next match. In a decent match, Barry Windham defeated the Texas Tornado in 15:30 by pinfall with his lariat. Barry Windham wins the WWFC United States title. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating is a 70. The crowd rating is a 68, and the segment got an 81, so that's not too bad. Barry Windham had a 76. Texas Tornado had a 64. It advanced the storyline, and the commentary quality lifted the match. So let's head off to our next segment. Oh, whoops, that is all messed up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, coming off the heels of a historic Saturday night's main event, the question on everybody's mind is who will be the next challenger for the WWFC Heavyweight Championship? Well, this Friday on WWFC Superstars, we're going to get the answer because in our main event, we will have a fatal four-way to determine the new number one contender. Four of the very best in the WWFC will step into the ring, each man fighting for the opportunity for a shot at the WWFC World Heavyweight Championship. Who will rise to the occasion? Who will earn their place at the top? And who will get the challenge for the most prestigious title in the sport today? One thing is for certain, folks, you won't want to miss this WWFC Superstars this Friday night. It's going to be an unpredictable, and it's going to be explosive, and most of all, it's going to be must-see television. We'll see you there. So this is just kind of a throwaway segment here. Mostly because I messed up on all the segments, so I needed a filler here. I accidentally put 2 Mr. Perfect promos in, and I was like, oh no, it's a mistake, so I had to fix it. So we are going to see a pretty great, I'm hoping, fatal four-way this week. So let's head off to our next match. In a superb match, Lex Luger defeated Mr. Perfect by submission with the torture rack. Lex Luger wins the WWFC Intercontinental title. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating is a 81. The crowd rating is a 78, and the segment got a 90. Lex Luger had a performance of 78 or 77, and oh no, I forgot to put the storyline in it. Man, I probably could have did better with that. Mr. Perfect had an 86. The creative finish that I gave it was a success, so that's fantastic. Probably why I got a lot better rating than I thought it was going to. But I have decided to take the Intercontinental title off of Mr. Perfect, and I'm going to push him into the world title scene. Now that he's had an all-right reign, I guess. I mean, he's been champion since the Royal Rumble, so that's not too bad. So let's head off to the next segment. Oh, man. Sid Vicious, all the talk and all the threats, all the intimidation. You thought that was going to make me run. You thought Hot Rod was going to tuck his kilt between his legs and take the first train out of town. No chance, Jack. Here I am, standing tall, alive at Saturday night's main event, staring down the biggest fight of my career. And guess what? I ain't blinking. You call yourself vicious. You call yourself unstoppable, unbeatable, and the most dangerous man in this company. But pal, there's a real fine line between dangerous and just plain dumb. Because tonight, in front of the whole world, you're going to learn that I don't break, I don't back down, and I ain't afraid of you, big man. Tonight is history in the making, and when the dust settles, when the fight is over, when they raise that first ever WWFC championship up for the world to see, it's going to be in my hands. Because I didn't come here to lose. I didn't come here to be another name on your list. I came here to fight, to bleed, to brawl. If I have to. And most importantly, I came here to win. So, Sid, bring everything you got. Bring the power, bring the rage, bring Bobby Heenan, bring the whole damn new horseman if you want. I don't care, because tonight I'm leaving that ring the first ever WWFC champion. And if you think otherwise, big man, then you ain't as tough as you think you are. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got another 100. It advanced the Sid Piper storyline, and Piper benefited from having a hot catchphrase. So let's head to the next match. I figured that. In a wild brawl that had sensational wrestling and great heat, Roddy Piper defeated Sid Vicious in 14-12 by submission. Oh, man, I wish it would just say it. With his sleeper hold, Roddy Piper wins the WWFC Championship. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating had a 95. The crowd rating had an 84. The segment got an 89, so it was because of the finish. Roddy Piper had a 97. Sid had a 92. It advanced the storyline, and the Roddy Piper creative finish was a failure. It was a big gamble one, so there was the gamble. It failed. So let's head into our next segment. Man. Well, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, for years, Hulk Hogan has been right here in the WWFC, dropping the legs, slamming the giants, and fighting for each and every one of you Hulkamaniacs. But I gotta get real with you. Next month, the Hulkster's gotta step away for a little to handle some business outside the ring. But don't think for a second that means I'm done, Jack. Because before I go, there's one thing I gotta do. One last mountain I gotta climb, brother. One more shot at the top. And that means just one thing. I want a shot at the WWFC Championship at King of the Ring on June 16th. So whether it's Roddy Piper or Sid Vicious or anybody else standing at the top, I'm putting them all on notice, because when Hulk Hogan gets his shot, brother, I'm going to train harder, say my prayers louder, and eat more vitamins than ever before. And when I step into that ring at King of the Ring, I'm leaving with one more reign as the WWFC champion. What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild one more time, brother? So the crowd heat is hot. It got 100, which is fantastic. I can't believe it, honestly. I mean, that's really great. The show is turning out fantastic. So let's head off to our next match, which, if I am correct, it is the finals of the tournament, and it is the crowning of the WWFC World Tag Team titles. Not too bad. In a decent match, the Midnight Express defeated the Strike Force in 1540 when Bobby Eaton pinned Tito Santana with the rocket launcher. The Midnight Express win the WWFC World Tag Team titles. Stan Lane was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else's in-ring performances. This match was a part of the tournament, which I thought it was. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating was a 65. The crowd rating is a 55. The segment got a 78. Stan Lane had a 50. Bobby Eaton had a 72. Tito had a 64. And Rick Martel had a 75. It advanced to Killer Bees, Midnight, the Strike Force, and Bob Orton and Don Morocco storyline. Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Rick Martel and Tito showed excellent chemistry. They got a tag team specialist bonus. The commentary quality lifted the match. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane both have great chemistry with Jim Cornette. So let's head to our next segment. Oh, hey. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Randy Savage, Macho King. You've been living on borrowed time. You walk around with that WWFC World Heavyweight Championship like it belongs to you. Like you've earned the right to call yourself the best. But tonight, that all comes to an end. You see, Savage, fate has a funny way of working. No matter how high you climb, no matter how hard you fight, eventually everyone falls. And tonight it's your turn. You and I both know what happened at WrestleMania. I was this close to taking what should already be mine. But tonight, there won't be any mistakes, no second chances. Just trust me. You and that championship belt waiting to be wrapped around the rightful man's waist. I don't need to scream. I don't need to play to the crowd. Because when that bell rings and you find yourself staring into my eyes, you'll know deep down in your gut that you're finished. The games are over, Randy. No more running, no more hiding. Tonight, I strike and I don't miss. Enjoy your last moments as champion, Savage, because after tonight, you won't be Macho King anymore. You'll just be another man who fell to the DDT. And when you wake up staring at the lights, you'll know exactly who took everything from you. So the crowd at the end is very hot. The segment got a 100. It advanced the Randy Savage Jake the Snake storyline. So let's head in to our main event of the night. In an exceptional match, the Macho King Randy Savage defeated Jake the Snake Roberts in 1846 by pinfall with his flying elbow drop. The Macho King Randy Savage makes defense number 5 of the WWFC World Heavyweight title. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 93. The crowd rating got a 91. The segment got a 99. Randy Savage had an in-ring performance of 90. Jake the Snake had a 96. Randy Savage and the Jake the Snake storyline gained heat. The Jesse Ventura and Vince McMahon had pretty good chemistry when calling matches. The match got the crowd buzzing. It's the final match, so it doesn't matter if they're getting buzzed or not. So let's finish up the show and see everything that we got from it. So we finished off with a 97. It increased our popularity in 11 regions. We would have gained more in Canada, everywhere in Canada, but apparently we were restricted. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it really wasn't that bad of a show. Everything was really good. So let's finish it off. Address the locker room. Let's see here. Let's give Jake, Roddy Piper, and Harley Race, because Harley had a really good performance in his match. Everybody was happy. That's great. See the financial reports. So the pay-per-view revenue was $479,900 or $4,794,054. The ticket sales was $665,980. The merchandise was almost $100,000. So we made $5.43946 million off of this show. So that is really great. The popularity recap, we went up everywhere in the States. Oh, shoot, we gained 2 in the Great Lakes. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2. 2 and 1. So that's really great. Okay, let's do the media scrum. Barry Windham 1. Let's not commit to anything. We're not committing to anything. Lex Luger 1, we're not committing. By all accounts, seems good to you. Take credit. That sitting. Looking at your competition, do you have any comments about John Laurinaitis, the owner? I don't have anything, so I can't comment. there you go. So there's that. So we'll take a quick look around everything. We'll check out any popularity changes around. And we'll go from there with it. So, I mean, that really wasn't a half bad show. I really expected, well, to be 100% honest, I expected a little bit worse of a show. But I guess everybody pulled it out. And we'll see how things work out for the Horsemen. Noticing that Barry was the only one to win a championship. And, Sid kind of tapping out there in his match. I mean, it could be a lot worse. But we'll definitely hear from the Horsemen on primetime this week. So we'll see what they got to say about it. There we go. So Stan Lane doesn't get it. He signed a one-night deal. I was like, oh man, I've been waiting for him to come out, but he is with All Japan, and he will be for another 580 something days. Stan Lane doesn't connect. I don't really care. So our buy rate was a 5.65, and it got seen by 2.8 million people. So that is fantastic. So let's take a quick look at our roster and see some of the popularity changes that we've gone over the last few months. So Akeem's losing some, gained a little bit. Andre hasn't been in action for a little bit, but I actually have something planned for Andre coming up at King of the Ring. So he's not doing too bad. Arn, he's actually gaining some popularity, so that's really good for him. Actually, we'll just do it this way. Now let's look at our major stars. So we got Hogan, Jake the Snake, the Macho King, Roddy Piper, and the Ultimate Warrior. Holy smokes, Warrior is getting up there really good. Then our stars, we got Andre, Arn, Lex Luger, who I am like 100% sure just shot right up in popularity. He did. So that is fantastic. Mr. Perfect lost. Oh no, he gained a little bit too. That's great too. Hawk, Sid Vicious, he's slowly getting some more popularity as well. Then Vince, but Vince really isn't doing anything. Well knowns. Bam Bam. He gained a little bit of popularity. Let's check out Harley. He lost some, I know that. Yeah, he lost a couple in some spots there, but we'll get him back up eventually. Barry is gaining some too. That is fantastic. He gained 3, and I think just about everywhere. 4 here, 4, 4, 3, 5, 5. So Barry's starting to get over a little bit too. What about Ted DiBiase? He is getting. Oh yeah, he got wrecked. But I will eventually get him back up. He'll be a really good star here for us. Tolly is slowly getting over. Like, slowly. So that's not too bad. So let's take a look at AEW, see what they got going on here. It looks like they got Chris Benoit on their roster. Can we check out their stars and stuff like that? Oh, we can. Okay, so their major stars are Daniel Bryan, Chris Benoit, Dustin, and Kenny Omega. Dustin Rhodes? Huh? And Kenny Omega, okay. That's not too bad then, I guess. Stars are Cody, Frankie Kazarian, Jake Hager, Martin Burns, and MJF. So let's check out their championships. Cody is the All Atlantic. He's been champion for 67 days. The tag team is SCU. Chris Statlander is the TBS champion. The TNT is Jake Hager. He beat. Let's check his defenses. Who did he beat? He beat Darby Allin, Lance Archer, and Jimmy Havoc for the title, and he's just beating everybody that's come up to him. The women's tag team cup hasn't been. Brian Danielson is the world heavyweight champion. He beat Jon Moxley for it. Oh shoot, these are actually some pretty good matches they're having with the title. Oh, that's really good. The World Trios champion is Dustin Rhodes, and the Young Bucks. The women's world champion is Casey Catanzaro. She has actually been the champion since the beginning, and she beat Bea Priestley for the title. The FTW heavyweight is Roderick Strong, and he beat Shawn Spears. So that's really good. Let's see here. Let's check out All Japan, because I haven't actually looked at anything they've done. Oh, whoops. Check out their major stars. See who they got. They got Giant Baba, Hiroshi Hase, Kenji Muda. Man, I love Muda. Kenti Kobayashi. I don't really know any of these guys. Oh, Sonata. I know him. Okay, so let's check out their. Oh, they're in a lot of debt. Let's see if we can take it over. Oh boy, I got something planned here. Okay, so their titles. The All Asia Tag Team are these two. The Champion Carnival hasn't been defended. It doesn't look like. The TV is Taka Omoro. Junior League. The Triple Crown is Kenta Kobayashi. The Unified World Tag Team Champions is Joe Doring, and that guy. The World Junior Champion is nobody. It's vacant. Nobody's held it. And that's it. So, yeah, there's all of that. I just want to kind of run through and just check out, see how everybody's doing with everything. They're like 20th, and they're that far in debt. Let's check out the AWA. The World Heavyweight Champion is vacant. Was the Crusher. I don't know what happened. He must have got injured. And then the World Tag Team Champions are Buddy Rose and Doug Summers, which are two awesome guys. I actually really like them. They're not really that popular, though. Triple A. So let's take a look at ECW Reborn. Their champion is Tommy Dreamer. Hey, Tommy Dreamer's a champion. That is actually pretty cool. It says he won the title 26 days ago. So did he win? He must have won it. Yeah, in a Fatal 4-Way. That's actually pretty cool. I really like Tommy Dreamer. Then let's check out the original ECW. The world champion started off as RVD. Then it went to Shane Douglas. So RVD defeated Shane Douglas and Tajiri. Then Shane Douglas beat RVD. Douglas beat them. Then the Sandman won the title. Beat Steve Corino, Lance Storm, Tajiri, Crush. Beat Crush? Oh, I didn't even know they had Crush. And then I beat Tajiri and Motobi, who is. Oh, hey. Public Enemy is still the world tag team champions there. That's pretty cool. Then the Blue Meanie defeated C.W. Anderson. So Motive is Ahmed Johnson. That kills me to see him there. Hey, they even got PCO too. That's cool. They also have Crush. Yeah, it was Brian Adams. Okay, that's what I thought. So let's take another look at. Let's check out see how the Mid-South. They're not really doing anything there. The NWA. Let's check out their titles. The Crockett Cup. The Midwest Heavyweight Champion is Ric Flair. The NWA World Heavyweight Champion is Dusty Rhodes. And the World Tag Team Champions are the Russians, who defeated. Who did they defeat? Well, they've only had one defense of the titles. That's kind of. They beat Ronnie Garvin and Wahoo McDaniel in January, and then they defended the titles in April. And that's the last time the titles were defended. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see the defenses here. So Dusty beat Dory Funk Jr. in a cage. Then he beat Ricky Steamboat, Magnum, Ricky again, Dory Funk, and then Ricky. So he's just pretty much just plowing through Ricky Steamboat. Then there's been 4 defenses here. It's only been champion for a few days. Holy smokes, Ric Flair has just been on fire with this title. I beat Ricky, Dory, Ricky, Robert Gibson, and then Ricky Steamboat again. It's actually not that bad. How long? Ooh, 220 something days. Well, alrighty. So you got 131. New Japan. Let's see how they're doing. Oh man, they got $13 million. The G1 Climax isn't anybody. The heavyweight is. Oh, hey, look, Jushin Thunder Liger's a champion. The Intercontinental Champion is Masahiro Chono. The Junior Heavyweight is Koji Kademo. Gato and Jado. Takeshi something. The New Japan Cup, the Super Tag Team. The IWGP Tag Team is Kota Ibushi and Tiger Mask 4. The United States is Riki Choshu. Those 3 for the 6-man New Japan Cup Tag Team. Oh, and then the Strong Open is Masahiro Chono and Hiroshi Tenzan. And then the World Tag League hasn't been defended yet. So there's that. NXT. Let's take a look at this. So their titles is Akuma is still the champion. And this guy has been like NXT champion since this thing has started. And he's getting more over. I mean, it is what it is, but that's pretty cool. The Dusty Rhodes Classic is nobody. The North American is still Johnny Gargano. The tag team is Daniel Garcia and Jonah Rock. UK is Ruby Riott. The NXT Women's Champion is now Nikki Cross after she beat Io. The Women's Tag Team is vacant, and the United Kingdom is Matt Riddle still. Yeah, that's not bad. NXT 2.0. Santos Escobar is the champion. The North American is Cameron Grimes. The NXT Tag Team Champions is Brooke Jensen and Josh Briggs. And the women is Kaden Carter after she beat Mandy Rose for the title. That's not bad. I want to check out OVW and see what they're all about. So Zach Gowen is the OVW heavyweight champion. He beat Rosie for the title, so that's not bad. Doug and Danny Basham, they beat Maven and the Boogeyman. The television champion is Chris Nowinski. That dude was so cool. The women's champion is nobody. So I want to see his defense and see how he's doing with the title. Rob Conway, Zach Gowen, Deuce and Rosie, the Boogeyman. His worst one is Ken Doane and that fatal 4-way that he had. So that's not too bad. Okay. Ring of Honor. Fabulous Moolah is the women's champion. She's been the women's champion the whole time. The world champion is Paul London. He's been the world champion. 6-man is Spanky and the Young Bucks. The world tag team are the Wolves. And then the world television is Kyle O'Reilly. So they really haven't changed any of their titles at all. TNA. Gail Kim is the women's champion, or is the Knockouts champion now. The television champion is AJ Styles after he beat Bobo Brazil. The world heavyweight champion is still Kurt Angle, who has been having phenomenal matches with this title. Just the first match was the lowest, and then in '99 with Samoa Joe, in '92 with Jeff Jarrett, in '98 with Brian Pillman, in '89 with Jarrett and Samoa Joe, '91 with Jeff Jarrett and Ernie Ladd, and then a '96 with MVP Robert Roode and Samoa Joe. So he's just been killing it as a world champion. The tag team champions are Elix Skipper and Low Key. The X Division champion is Frankie Kazarian. I wonder how he's been doing with defenses. Not too bad, not too bad. WCW NWO, the Cruiserweight champion is Alex Wright after he beat Dean Malenko. Really? Okay, and the titles haven't even been that great since Dean lost the title. Spring Stampede. Let's check out their events. I want to see what they've done. It says Spring Stampede was the last one. CM Punk defeated Eddie Guerrero by DQ for the U.S. title. Chris Jericho defeated Dean Malenko, and it got an 85. So those were the best two matches on that whole pay-per-view there. Bill Goldberg defeated Scott Steiner and DDP. Like, I don't even see Hogan on this card. The Outsiders defeated Harlem Heat. Dean Ambrose defeated Chavo. Yeah, like, Hogan wasn't even there on this card. Dang. Okay, so let's check out the champions here. So it's Alex Wright. CM Punk is still the champion after he defeated Ricky Morton for the title. World Heavyweight Champion is still Bill Goldberg. He beat Hogan. And then we took... Oh, that's right. Hogan's with us. I forgot I got him. Then the World Tag Team Champions. That's hilarious. Is Shawn Michaels and Magnum TA. So they won the titles. Had to have been here. Yep. Revolution X defeated the Outsiders. And then CM Punk defeated Big Van Vader for the title. WCW. Oh, Nick Bockwinkel's here. He's supposed to be leaving. Oh, he is. He's only got 3 days, and then he's with us for good. Their titles: the World Heavyweight Champion is Steve Williams. The Hardcore is Two Cold Scorpio. World Tag Team is vacant. They've been vacant for like ever. 99 days they've been vacant. And then the World Television is Eddie Gilbert. Hot stuff. WCCW, the Missing Link, is the World Heavyweight Champion. Chris Adams is the World Light Heavyweight Champion. The Television Champion is Bob Holly. And then the sixth man is Bubba Ray Dudley, Killer Tim Brooks, and Jack Victory. Well, I mean, he's getting around the loop. The WWF, the United States Champion is Pedro. Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas are the Tag Team Champions. And then the World Heavyweight is still Bruno. Man, I don't think they're going to have anybody beat Bruno. Oh, he's quite over, so yeah, he's probably not going to lose the title. The WWEU. The 24/7 champion is Kurt Hawkins. Oh, did they hold that yet? Yeah, Seth Rollins won it. So that's not bad. The Cruiserweight is Mustafa Ali. So it was Adrian Neville, then Sin Cara, and now it's Mustafa. The Raw Women's Champion is Naomi Still. The Royal Rumble, nobody. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions are still the Usos. The Universal Champion is Antonio Cesaro, who beat Dean Ambrose. The Battle Royal is nobody. The Women's Royal Rumble is nobody. The Women's Tag Team Champions are vacant. The Attitude is now the one I really want to see. Rikishi is the European Champion. The Hardcore Champion is somebody named Shocker. He beat Dan Severn, really? He beat Dan Severn with that guy? Shocker defeat. Oh, shoot. This is a 77 match. Okay. I take that back. Who the heck is Shocker? It is that guy. I just didn't know he wore a mask. The Intercontinental Champion is Kane. He won it back. That's hilarious. So he lost it to Davey and then beat Davey for it. The Royal Rumble is nobody. The World Heavyweight Champion is now The Undertaker. So where did he win the title at? On Raw. So he won it on Raw in April, and then at Over the Edge, he beat The Rock. That's so cool. Like, these guys are just pumping out 99s with this title. The World Tag Team Champions are Supply and Demand again. So it was Badass Billy Gunn and Road Dogg Jesse James is the champion for 13 days, and they lost to Supply and Demand. Then they lost to the Dudleys, and then they took the titles back. So they must have won it on Raw. Yeah. In a ladder match, and then they beat TNA and by countout, so that's not the greatest. Then let's check out the new generation and see how they're doing. The world champion is Yokozuna. Oh, he's doing pretty good. He beat Brett at WrestleMania. Then he beat Brian James, the Booker, on Raw. Then a couple weeks later, he beat Brett again for the world title. Then he beat Marty Jannetty. Then he beat Brett and Ahmed Johnson for the title. The Intercontinental Champion is Mad Dog Vachon. He beat Tatanka for the title. The Intercontinental Tag Team titles was Mo and Mabel. Then they lost the titles to Well Done. King of the Ring is Nobody. And then Nikki Bella beat Alundra Blaze. You said 6 defenses. That's not bad. Yeah, shoot. She beat Alundra, then she beat Alundra again, then Sasha, Alundra, Luna Vachon, and Sasha Banks. So that's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, that is so far everything. If there's anybody that somebody wants me to try to pick up, for a roster or anything, or if there's a specific, company that you guys want to see, um, on our next episode or something, we could definitely take a look at it. Just, leave a comment or something, give us a like too. That would be really appreciated. So this is everything for today's episode. So I will see everybody in the next one.